Hello and welcome to Daily Current Affairs by Ekam IAS. Today is 19th of January 2019 and the topics we are going to deal is Great Indian Bustard, D4 Bridge, Cassini-Huygens, the Sedition Law in India, Map-Aided Program and the previous year question revision series. So coming to the first topic, it's a Great Indian Bustard. Why is it in news? Because Great Indian Bustard is the state bird of Rajasthan and it is soon becoming extinct because there are only below 200 adult species now in India. So it is going to be extinct soon. That is why it is in news. So I'll give you a little characteristic features of Great Indian Bustard. This can be easily distinguished by a black crown on its forehead. It has a black crown on the forehead and it has a pale neck and head. Also, it is a bit brownish in color and the wings are of black, brown and grey. You can see the picture. This is how a Great Indian Bustard look. It is one of the heaviest flying bird in the world. So it is very important species. And usually the male species are little smaller than the female species, but in this case, the male and female species, they generally grow to the same height and weight. But the male species, they have a larger black crown compared to the female species. And also talking about the feeding, the food it is an opportunist eater. You know what opportunist eater means? This particular bird eats according to the season. Whatever is available in a particular season, it feeds on it. It doesn't have a particular kind of food for throughout the year. Whatever is available, it eats. That is called an opportunist eater. So, Great Indian Bustard is an opportunist eater. And also it feeds on grass seeds, the insects, that's the grasshopper, the beetles, and even sometimes it feeds on rodents also. Rodents are plenty available in grassland, so it feeds on rodents as well when other things are not available. That is why it is called as an opportunist eater. So the major threats, why is it becoming extinct? It is very critically endangered right now. It has less than 200 adult population. Why is it becoming extinct? Because it has a lot of threats like it has been hunted very much, and whenever it comes up out of the protected area, it is being poached. Also, it has the region has high tension electric wires and fast moving vehicles, and even the free ranging dogs of the villagers, they come outside the protected area and hunt these birds, and it also collide with the electric wires and die. It also get hit by the fast moving vehicles. And the habitat is also been lost because of the expansion in agriculture. So the agriculture is expanding to the protected areas or the forest areas. So that is also a threat to the habitat. And also the mechanized farming and the infrastructure development, everything is augmenting the extinction. And also before it was spotted in 11 states of India, but now it is confined to Rajasthan, Gujarat, Maharashtra and Karnataka. Rajasthan, it is a state bird of Rajasthan. Apart from that, it is been witnessed in Gujarat, Maharashtra and Karnataka. Do not forget this, the 4 states concerned. Okay. And the conservation status of the bird, it is actually mentioned in the Schedule 1 of the Indian Wildlife Protection Act of 1972. That means it cannot be killed, it cannot be hunted, it is highly protected, it is under Schedule 1. Okay, that means it cannot be hunted. If it is hunted, the punishment is severe. Okay, then it is also mentioned in the CMS Convention. The CMS Convention is the Convention on Migratory Species. So it's a migratory bird. So it comes under the CMS Convention as well in the Appendix 1 of CITES. Again, it is very illegal to trade these birds. So, it comes in Appendix 1, the strictly prohibited area. Also, it is critically endangered as per IUCN Red List. As I already told you, it is very few in number. The adult species is very few in number. So, it is critically endangered and soon becoming extinct. Okay. These are the major conservation status of the bird, and also we have taken some measures, like the state government has taken some measures to protect the bird. One among them is the Rajasthan Forest Department has implemented the Project Great Indian Bustard, Project GIB. So that is the initiative of the Rajasthan Forest Department. Also, we have a wing called as Integrated Development of Wildlife Habitats. Integrated Development of Wildlife Habitats. It works under the Environment Ministry. So they have a recovery program of the GIB, that's a Great Indian Bustard. And also the breeding program of the Great Indian Bustard is being carried out in Desert National Park. Okay, so these are the major details regarding the Great Indian Bustard. So you have to know the basic details, because if it becomes extinct, you have a chance of getting a question in UPSC. So please do concentrate on the species which is highly threatened or is frequently in news. Okay. Coming to the next topic, it's a D4 bridge. So, D4 bridge, it was in news because the defense minister dedicates this D4 bridge in Arunachal Pradesh to the nation. So, it has been opened now. So, this portions come under GS3, comes in internal security. So, the first one, Great Indian Bustard, was also in GS3 coming under environment portion, but it is very important in the prelims perspective also. So this D4 bridge, it is in Arunachal Pradesh. It is built across the D4 river in Arunachal Pradesh, and it is a concrete box girder type of bridge. Okay, you please Google what is a box girder type of bridge. You can see the pictures, and it is under the project Udayak. Udayak is a project implemented by the Border Roads Organization. And this bridge can connect between the Dibang Valley and the Lohit Valley. Also, it can provide an all-weather road to the China border. Okay, so it's a multi-purpose thing. And I'll tell you what Project Udayak is. Project Udayak is a project implemented by Border Road Organization, which develops and maintains the road network in the India's border areas to propagate a friendly relationship with the neighboring countries. So, this Border Road Organization comes under the Ministry of Defense. Do not forget, it doesn't come under the Road and Highway. It does not come under Home Ministry. It comes under the Ministry of Defense. Okay, and this Border Road Organization, BRO, is carrying out a project called as Udayak Project, building friendly roads to keep the friendly relationship between the neighbors. And this Udayak project is the easternmost project of BRO. That is, it is concentrating on the eastern side, the northeastern side of India. So, D4 bridge comes under this Udayak project. Okay. The next topic we are going to deal is Cassini-Huygens. It's a science and technology topic. It's more important in the prelims perspective. Nothing much to do in the mains examination. So, Cassini-Huygens is always in news. It is a mission commonly called as Cassini, and it is a collaboration between NASA, ESA and ASI. ASI is the Italian Space Agency. So, basically, it is a joint project by NASA, ESA and Italian Space Agency. So, why is it in news? Because this project has been, this mission is about the Saturn. It is to study the Saturn and its system and the moon surrounding, the natural satellites that is surrounding it, the ring, everything related to Saturn. Saturn is under the concern of Cassini-Huygens. So, it has been studying Saturn since many years. So, right now it is in news because it has found out that Saturn's ring may have formed much later than the planet itself. So, it has been formed many years, many light years after the planet has been found. Okay. So, this was been found by Cassini-Huygens, and the NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory. NASA has a jet propulsion laboratory. They deal with making of this Cassini orbiter. So, it has two parts basically. One is the Cassini, the other one is Huygens. Cassini is the probe. It's a NASA's probe, and the Huygens is the lander. It is built by ESA. Okay, the first landing was done in Titan, that is the largest moon of Saturn. And Cassini is the fourth space probe to visit Saturn actually. because and it is the first to enter the orbit as well. Okay, it's first to land, the fourth to land, and the first to enter the orbit. And the other spacecraft which has been sent to Saturn are one is Pioneer 11. That was way back in 1979, and the Voyager 1 and Voyager 2. So these are the three spacecraft which was earlier sent before Cassini. Cassini is the fourth one, and as it is having the orbiter facility, is the first one to enter the orbit as well. Okay. The next topic gonna deal is sedition law in India. Sedition law is more of a mains perspective topic, and I'll tell you why is it in news, and we'll discuss further. So recently 2 students of JNU was charged on sedition under the Indian Penal Code, and there has been tremendous continuous debates about this charging of sedition, and what is sedition, why is it necessary to remove the sedition law and all this. So many debates are been going on. So we need to know what sedition is, or how is it undemocratic. Okay. So sedition, according to the Oxford's Advanced Learner Dictionary, the definition is the use of words or action intended to encourage the people to oppose a government. Okay, and the Google defines it as an act or a conduct or a speech inciting people to rebel against the authority of a state or a monarch. Okay, that's a definition given by Google and Oxford. So basically the sedition has 2 components, 2 parts. One is the action, that is the act, the conduct or the speech. Okay, you doing it by yourself. And the second part is you making people, or you are intended to incite the people to rebel against the state. One, you are doing it. The second one is you are intending the people, you are inciting the people as well to do it. So it has 2 components. Okay. And the sedition law is mentioned in 124A of the Penal Code. The section 124A of the Indian Penal Code, it deals with sedition, but remember this, sedition is not mentioned, the word sedition is not mentioned anywhere in IPC or Constitution. So UPSC may ask, sedition is mentioned in Constitution, consider the above statements. No, it is not mentioned anywhere in the Constitution or IPC. You have something called as section 124A, that's it. It talks about sedition, it doesn't mention the word sedition. I'll go to the history of the sedition. It is not an invention of the Indian people. No, it has been given by the British. So it was originally drafted by Thomas Macaulay. You know Thomas Macaulay very well, and it is not a part of IPC. So when they coded IPC, it was not a part of IPC. It was the IPC was coded way back in 1860s, and this was introduced into IPC in 1870. Okay, many leaders, many freedom fighters like Mahatma, Gandhi, Gangadhar, Tilak, whoever protested against the government was charged under sedition. So this is the background. So anyone who talks about government at that point of time was anti-national or being charged on sedition. Okay, so in today's world, why is it undemocratic? Why it should be done with? That is done away with. That is what we have to discuss. One thing is, it is a colonial law. It is not made by us. It's a colonial law. It was to suppress the rebellious Indians who fought against the British rule. Okay, the British rule was not a democratic republic. And there was no sovereignty for Indian people, so they had to do that. They had to protest in all possible way. At that point of time, they had to impose some sedition. So this is a colonial law, and we didn't make it. Okay, then the other point is that the political parties, the ruling political parties, are misusing these law against whoever is questioning the government. So, what is the basis of democracy? It is to question the government. It is how the democracy works. So if you are not satisfied with the policies of the government, if you are not satisfied with the service of the government, you can question the government. Then the government will take it into the consideration and correct it. That is how the democracy works. So the ruling parties can exploit or misuse this law against whoever is talking against the government. That is the main criticism of this law. And the existing provision of the Indian Penal Code, whatever we have right now, is more than enough to address all the threats in the country. So, whichever threat is happening, whichever problems are happening in the country, everything can be covered with the sections under IPC, and section 124A, which talks about sedition, is not needed in any case. Okay. So, these are the basic arguments regarding doing away with this barbarian thing called as sedition. Okay. Now, let's move to the map aided program. I have Gilgit-Baltistan here. So, it's a debated place between India and Pakistan, you all know. Recently, what happened is that there's a Supreme Court in Pakistan. They ordered that. They had a recent order regarding the Gilgit-Baltistan area coming under their domain. So, India is protesting against it. The Supreme Court of Pakistan ruled that Gilgit-Baltistan comes under their domain. So, India protested against it. So, I'll tell you where this Gilgit-Baltistan is. Gilgit-Baltistan is in the Trans-Himalayan region. Trans-Himalayan region, there's a Karakoram, Zanskar and Ladakh. I'm not going to details. That area, the Trans-Himalayan region, on the northwestern corner of Kashmir Valley. So, see the picture. I have marked the Gilgit-Baltistan area in red color, and the hatched area is the administrative area of India, and the grey areas India, and the white areas is Pakistan. The province, as you can see, the biggest province is Baluchistan. Then the southeast one is Sindh. Moving up, there is Punjab, and above that you have the Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. Okay, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. And it is on the northwestern corner of the Kashmir Valley. It is currently under Pakistan's administration. It's part of a greater Kashmir state. Okay. And checking the border of the states, it is bordered by Pakistan occupied Kashmir to the south. Okay, can you see that to the south? The Khyber Pakhtunkhwa to the northwest, to the west portion. China's Aksai Chin to the topmost portion, the Wakhan corridor on the north, and we have the Jammu and Kashmir to the southeast. Okay, this is how it is. Okay, so please do concentrate on the places in news. Okay, if you get more than one place in news in the newspaper every day, don't hesitate, please write it down. Okay, I am discussing only one place in news which I found. You also, if you have more options, you go with it also. Okay. And the next topic is previous year question revision series. I have a very straight question here. Recently, our scientists have discovered a new and distinct species of banana plant which attain a height of about 11 meters and has an orange colored fruit pulp. So, in which part of India has it been discovered? The options are Andaman Islands and Anaimalai Forests, Maicala Hils and tropical rainforest of northeast. So, this is a very straight question. You cannot apply any logic here. If you know the answer, you can directly attempt the question. Here the answer is A, Andaman Islands. So, one thing you please keep in mind that whenever you see in the question that some new species is being found out, make sure that always the species are found either in northeastern area or in the western Ghats or in Andaman Islands. So, if whenever a frog species is found, it is always in the Western Ghat region. But make sure that it is in Western Ghat region because it can change as well. Like the banana species and the new plant species, whichever we see in the news, are always from Andaman Island. But it's not necessary. So, whenever you see such questions, please note it down because It is a direct question. You can apply no logic here. Okay, so the answer is A. It is the Andaman Islands. So that's all for today. I hope you all understood my class very well. If you have any doubts, please feel free to mention in the comment box and I'll answer it. Okay, thank you so much. Bye.